Metro Vancouver mayors want to impose a tax on drivers, or as they call it, mobility pricing. But we are fighting back. Go to NoRoadTaxes.ca to find out more and sign the petition telling these mayors that we already voted against a transit tax back in 2015. But there's more. The Mayor's Council, headed by Vancouver Mayor Gregor Robertson, have put together a commission that will look at this idea, study other jurisdictions that have implemented something similar, and then they'll make recommendations. But the report isn't out until next spring, so that will make this road tax a civic election issue as we head to the polls in November of 2018. So who exactly is on this commission? Well, there are some familiar faces to people familiar with BC politics. It will be chaired by Alan Skeckel, the CEO of Doctors of BC, which used to be the BC Medical Association. So I expect a lot of health-related implications will be touted under these new road taxes. So expect claims that road pricing will improve air quality, reduce anxiety and stress, or whatever other correlations they want to trot out here. Other familiar names include former NDP MLA Joy McPhail, and the executive director of the commission is Daniel Firth, who has helped cities like London, England and Stockholm, Sweden implement their road taxes. So that makes me think that this is exactly what will happen here in the Lower Mainland. More taxes. This decision comes after a decade of nothing but runaway cost of living here in Metro Vancouver. Home prices have doubled, carbon taxes have been introduced, and property taxes jacked up each and every single year. And of course, icy BC rates are increasing more than the rate of inflation. It just never seems to end out here, and yet this Mayor's Council still insists they have no other choice if we want to expand transit infrastructure but to go after drivers and hit their wallets once more. But never mind the fact that the commission will cost $2.3 million, or the plenty of cash available in the revenue increases seen each and every year at city halls to pay for all of this. They don't want anything to do with that. So there are a number of choices that we could see based on how other cities have implemented these kinds of schemes. And to warn you, they all go after drivers. First, they could expand tolling beyond new bridges to all crossings, even bridges and tunnels paid off long ago. Or they could create a congestion tax that penalizes drivers who drive during rush hour. We could see a vehicle levy, or perhaps even a levy for the distance one drives, essentially increasing the cost of driving every single second you're in your car. I mean, I hate all of those ideas, but given Daniel Firth's experience in London and Stockholm, I think it's likely we will see what they call a congestion tax during rush hour. In London, they first introduced this idea in 2003. Now, I don't need to tell you that London is one of the biggest and busiest cities in the world. Vancouver, comparatively, is a tiny fraction of the size, and in many ways, London's plan had less to do with raising taxes for transit than actually trying to deal with the death grip of congestion in an overcrowded city. But even still, has their congestion tax done any good, improved air quality, or reduced commuting times? Well, let's take a look. The tax started at £5 a day, and it goes between 7 a.m. and 6 p.m., but has now increased closer to £12 each day as one drives into the congestion zone. According to an article from The Independent in 2008, it did cut cars entering to the city by 15% to start, but subsequently taxi traffic increased 13% and bus traffic by 25%. And in the end, the article concedes that the cut in traffic had not been sustained and actually harmed businesses in the area who saw an immediate decline in sales. And that's very similar to what happened here in Vancouver when bike lanes were installed on busy shopping streets. And of course, there is this whole problem of a lack of revenue raised if the congestion tax has its intended purpose and fewer people drive. They just won't raise enough money. So in that case, they may recommend an alternative method of road taxes, but I do worry, given the obsession with being the greenest city and the clear and consistent war on cars being waged by city halls across the region, that we may be in for a very draconian recommendation in the name of sustainability, one that is specifically designed to make driving so expensive you just can't afford it anymore. If you think so too, please head to NoRoadTaxes.ca, sign the petition, share it online with your friends, your family, and anyone you know who makes a living while they drive. For the Rebel.media, I'm Christopher Wilson. NoRoadTaxes.ca. We're going to fight this all the way, and I want you to be a part of it, so sign that petition.